The
used.
my wife has two sisters, right? And yesterday was a combined birthday celebration for Alex and the other brother-in-law,
Mm.
who's married to the middle sister. And I was joking at the gathering. We had it over at Alex's place. I said, listen, for every future birthday, don't bother trying to figure out what to get Alex. Just get him books. And then for the other brother-in-law, just get him pictures, because he's a painter. He's a very artistic guy. So he's into anything that has to do with art. And if you go to their house, their wall is full of pictures,
Paintings.
right? Paintings from
Yeah.
the 19th century of boats and the sea and landscape. But Alex, he just likes books. And so don't waste your time with anything else. If you do, he'll politely say, thanks for the gift, but he won't use it. He'll be probably secretly a little angry that you didn't know him better. But if you get him books, then he's good to go. So.
Like, I mean, all kinds of books. Even though he doesn't read it, he still likes it.
Well, I mean, there are certain fields of interest, right? So I'm collecting books in the sense that I like, books from certain periods, especially books that are what do you call it? What do you call that in English, Lam? When sort of the cover is handmade? I don't know. It's called something in English, right? But obviously, I like those. But it's mainly a matter of interest. My interests are pretty much within the social sciences, economics, political science, stuff like that, philosophy, history. So most of the books are about that. If you give me a romantic novel, I probably would not read it. I have to say. but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. See. Anyway, so back to the podcast.
I thought we were doing it now.
I think a lot of people in the community are realizing, and if they haven't realized it, then maybe we should let them know that personal branding is not just a thing for influencers. That is something that is important in the job search. If you regarding your job search goals, I think building a brand online is important. And I think I would like for you today to just kind of share your perspective on why you got into building your brand, things you've learned along the way, hacks you've learned along the way, some of the challenges, some of the breakthroughs, some of the ways you go about it that have brought back the biggest returns. I think, a lot of job seekers, they think it's just about, creating a pretty resume. I think those who understand that building a personal brand have a unique advantage, and that they already have almost like a billboard that drives people attention to them, that other people who don't spend time building a personal brand have. And so, which is why I wanted to bring you on today, just to kind of tie in what you do and see how we can somehow relate that to people who are not trying to do exactly what you're doing, but what can they pull, what can they glean from your experience that can help them?
Wow. So it's a really long story. I will start with, I started working when I was in secondary school, and I was selling the lottery tickets on the street. And not many people, buy it when I talk about that I started working at that very young age. So the thing is, if I feel like when people don't know us, they just don't want to, they just don't believe in us, and they don't see us as a trustworthy person to buy our product. And that's why I really wanted to learn how to sell things better. So I started learning marketing, and I worked for a marketing agency for almost 1 year. And then I started building my personal brand, because I've got the background in marketing, and I think that selling some things and building a personal brand, wasn't that hard. It just understand our customer pain points and know who they are, and what we can bring to the table, what we can help them. And at the time, I did some research in the English market, and I found that a lot of people are struggling with English speaking, including myself. So I learned English, and I kind of figured out my problems, my pain points, and I think I thought at the time there were so many people having the same, sharing the same problems. So I started posting on social media because I love learning and sharing. And there's so many people asking for my advice when it comes to learning a language. And I started on Facebook, and there's some mutual friends asking me to teach them English. And then I was like, TikTok wasn't a big thing at the time, during COVID. So I opened my TikTok channel, and then I started posting more of my videos, speaking English and practicing English and sharing tips. For some reason, it went crazy viral. I hit 1 million views and then 2 million views, and a lot of brands and people connected me for job, for collaboration, and offer me jobs, even though I don't really apply my CV. They saw my videos and they could see so much potential in me. So I was so happy at the time. So I started posting more myself, and I learned along the way my personality, my visual image. So, and I sticked with it. Of course, given to my background in marketing, so I kind of know what people need from me, and what their pain points are. So yeah, and then I felt like now I don't need to like apply for a resume or apply for any company to ask for a job. They directly called me for a position, for a job, because oh, this girl, the way of her speaking, the way of her the way she carries herself on social media, she could be a fit for this position. So I put all of my information on any platforms that I could think of, LinkedIn, Facebook, Zalo, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, I am on all kinds of social media platforms, and so it's not about the job, it's about the connection as well. So people think that I am real and authentic and really real cute, in some ways, and then they wanted to meet me in person. So I met this CEO of this company, and then I met this founder of this company, and my connection, my network is expanding, and I got more jobs, I got more opportunities. I don't even ask for it. So I think if anyone wants to build their personal branding, first of all, figure it out, what they can offer to the community, specific niche. You don't have to like help a lot of people, just like 5 people or 10 people, and then 15 people, and then 100 people. Just start small, and then you will see how things unfold. And that's how I started my journey. And now I just continue my journey, posting videos, and then networking. The more I feel like, the more people I meet, the more opportunities I got. So yeah. And for the setbacks, the challenges, of course, I have a lot. So I started with zero money, no money. It's all from here. It's all from my mind. I learn everything. If I don't know, if people ask for my website, I started learning how to build my website. And they ask, Zhao, I would like to learn this from you and your team. And I was like, okay, let me try to connect you with the people that I might know and might teach you. So I started along the way. I don't really build something at the beginning. I just like, people ask for it, and I was like, okay, this is what you want. Okay, wait for me for one day. I will try my best to help you. And then it's kind of helped me with is that called promptu? My soft skills, connecting with people, and creating a course within one day, or creating a course within like a week, and connecting with professional professors or experts from the field, like soft skills or communicational skills, stuff like that. And another challenge is the feedback and the comments I've got from social media. I was so young at the time, started my journey when I was 22. My point of view, my perspective, were not clear at the time because I'm still, I was fighting myself. And then I started getting comments like, you look ugly, or your English suck, or I know exactly that you got a man behind you, who helped you with everything. And first I got really, nasty comments that I don't want to mention here because it was really hurtful. And saying that, all the bad thing, nasty comments. And I was like, okay, is this really me? Or they just, getting jealous of me? So I don't care. I just stick to my goals and everything. And now those comments don't affect me anymore. Number 3 is the equipment. I started with my my old iPhone 8 Plus. So I want to inspire. I want to inspire people that you don't have to like the most the top notch and the most expensive equipment to start your journey. It's just like small iPhone, something that you can film yourself. You don't have to buy new and expensive equipment to start your journey. Start with your phone. You have a phone, right? Everyone everyone has a phone. And then I got some money from brand deals and from the English courses I sold. So I kind of upgrade my equipment, new phone, then new light, and new equipment. And then I started upgrade my house. It's just like, if I got money, I would do it. Not because that I want to like look cool in front of people, even though I don't have money. So I spend a lot of money on equipment. No, not that. So that's the money I earn, I will reinvest in equipment and myself. I learn a lot. Like, people ask if I if I have taken any courses to build my personal brand. To be honest, I learned everything through YouTube videos, and I think it's really cool. Using English, I found so many YouTubers that offer free courses, and it's really valuable. It's not just something that people think that it's free and it's not good. No, not that. It's really cool. So I learned editing skills. I use CapCut, by the way. Do you guys use CapCut to edit your video?
No, but we know CapCut, and it's great. We use a couple of other things similar to it, but yeah, CapCut is great. We used it in the beginning though, but I have more experience myself from another YouTube project earlier where we used other pieces of software. So it's just a matter of where your experience lies and what you can work with the fastest, I guess.
Okay. So talking about CapCut, so if Alex and Lamre, you two have time to to edit videos, but for some people, right, they just started it and they don't know how to edit videos or photos. I highly recommend using CapCut because it's really easy, and it saves a lot of time. So in everyone's journey, if I don't recommend quitting your job yet, just keep your job and then have another side hustle at night. Because when I was working for a marketing agency, I worked 3 jobs at the same time. Full-time job, and then tutoring English and selling premium accounts. And it's kind of it's really supported me in some ways. During lunch break, everybody watched comedy or play video games, but I don't do I did none of it. I would use that time to learn a new skill or learn English. And I would say from the beginning, I learned and worked from 8 in the morning until like 11 or until 12 p.m. At night. and it was like been a really real long journey. So I acquired every skills so that I can, you know, quit my job and started my journey as a full-time content creator. So and then number 5 is how can I, you know, like support myself financially during the time I built my personal brand? That's a question I get a lot. So like I mentioned earlier, I monetize my personal brand by offering English courses, and I am working with a team of teachers, you know, because you know what I share on social media is about English learning tips, networking, making friends with foreigners and stuff like that. So a lot of people like once you learn that skills and those skills, and I just use ChatGPT and work with the team of teachers to create you know, a full course for everyone who is looking for, you know, those kind of things. And now it's just like I am creating content and working, you know, working closely with a team of teachers. So kind of, you know, I'm a middleman connecting students and teachers, you know, using my personal branding, social media. So that's how I monetize on my personal brand. It's not about offering courses. It's about more like, you know, the connection I made along the way as well. So how can, you know, how can Lum and Alex know me? Of course, through social media, you know. So we never know who we met on social media. So I highly recommend posting whatever happened with your life. It's just like documenting, you know, documenting everything. For example, and of course, it's my nature. I love learning. I love learning and sharing. I just feel like I feel so bored, and I feel like, oh, I learned this piece of new information I need to share. So okay, I will use social media to you know, kind of it just like to help me connecting with others, and I feel really happy. It's not about the money and the fame and the reputation. It's more like it's more like a hobby, you know. And if you build your personal brand, but if and then you're not consistent, I don't think it's gonna work. Everything needs consistency. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's more like consistency. If you cannot be consistent in your journey, I don't think it's gonna work. Because nowadays people need, you know, constant information, and you need to update them every single day so that you can build trust and credibility. So if they go to your like social media and they only see one piece of advice or one post, and they feel like, oh, this person hasn't posted for a really long time, should I trust her and buy something from her, or offer a job for her? Probably it's hard. Yeah.
Would you say that consistency, when in terms of building a large followership on social media, would you say that consistency is the most important thing in your experience, or something else?
There's so many factors, but being consistent is one of it. I post every single day, to be honest. I post, let's just say, one post on one or two videos on TikTok and Instagram, and or Facebook. People prefer reading, so I post the post with, you know, articles and stuff. And I post every day. Lum and Alex can see it, right? I post every day. Not to mention my stories. Oh my God, my stories is just every day, constantly. And I would say, you know, my life is quite dynamic, full of activities. So every day I have something new for my audience. And one more thing, what about, a lot of people ask me this question as well. What about if, you know, I'm running out of ideas, and have I ever you know, ran out of ideas when it comes to creating content for my personal brand? It's a really good question. I want to share it today. To be honest, never. I'm never running out of like ideas. I use a lot of first of all, I do activities every single day. I play different sports, meet a lot of people, listening to a lot of stories. And some people think that it's boring, but you can use it to create a unique a unique of yourself, because it's my story, it's not yours. So you can fake it. You can be like me. Nowadays we have like ChatGPT, so we can use ChatGPT to kind of help you with ideas. But it's more like about you. It's real you. And so I try to do get involved into many activities that really help with ideas. Number two, I read a lot. So whatever happened in my life, I just question it. And then I go home and I read. For example, why does that girl react like that in that situation? Is that because of her childhood? And then I go home and then I Google it, or I use ChatGPT. Hey, I just kind of feed ChatGPT everything about that girl on ChatGPT. Hey girl, hey ChatGPT, I just met this one girl and she's blah 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 blah. Can you help me create a story in English? And then I film myself using that script and sharing it with my audience, and then using ChatGPT using CapCut as well to edit it. And I can do one video within 5 minutes. It's really fast. And I edit everything really fast as well, because it's the skill that I acquired over the years. So yeah. So that's for the ideas. Read a lot, think a lot, and speak a lot. That helps you grow as a person as well, not just for your personal brand, right? Yeah.
And it can be difficult for many to get in front of a camera. I mean, one of the things that we have experienced ourselves on VietAssist is that, we're headhunting people directly from the platform, right? So when people register on the platform, well, they could be headhunted potentially every single day, because companies, they come to us and they say, we need people with these skills. And if we can find them, we're gonna try and match people up with a job, right? But we always say the people that are headhunted first are the ones that have sent us videos where they introduce themselves, 30 seconds, 1 minute videos. So we're always trying to get people we're always trying to get people to send us these videos, especially when we get requests. We always turn to the community and say, if you have these skills, please send us a video talking about yourself. But a lot of people seem to be having difficulty doing this, because obviously some people are sending us videos, but not as many as we would like to, because it makes it much easier for us to headhunt people. So always we're trying to suggest this. What do you think is the reason why people might be having problems getting in front of a camera? Because it might be the first time for them, or what do you think the reason for this is, and how do people break these barriers and start filming these videos?
I cannot tell you the reasons, because it's there who knows the problem, right? But I can share my experience and how to overcome that problem. It's not a problem. It's just something that we can overcome. Sorry, it's not a problem, everyone. Sorry. We can cut this out. My journey, let's just say, okay, I want to ask everyone a question, that every day, do you take pictures of yourself? And if you do, now just keep it in your gallery. And that's what I do every day. I take pictures of myself every day and film myself every day. And I know exactly what angle looks good in front of camera. I remember my first video, when I looked at it, I feel cringe, because it looks so bad. I look so bad in the video, and my voice, not to mention the voice. And I don't know if Lam and Alex have this feeling when you film yourself and then you listen to your voice and you're like, ooh, brother, ooh. I did have that feeling, I feel cringe, but I never stop. I never give up. If this video, I feel cringe, and I ask like a few close friends, hey, how do you feel about my video? And they will, they are my close friends, and they started to commenting on how I look, how my voice is. Just start with your close friends. Oh, I think it needs a little, it needs a little bit of adjustment of this. And then, you go on and, film yourself again, and take a picture of yourself again until you feel confident. But to me, I did not do it in the first place. I posted my videos right in in TikTok, which is a really, I would say, was toxic at the time. People started commenting on my look, my voice, and everything. And I was like, damn it, I did not really know this is me. And I was like, I did not feel really bad about myself. I just like, oh, really? This is what you think about me? Okay, I will change it because, you know, I reflect, or I do self-reflection every single day, and I think, oh, is this real? Is this true about myself? And if it's true, I will change. So I will change the way I talk. I was speaking too fast in most of my videos, and people will say, Châu ơi, hey, Miss Châu, you spoke too fast in the video. You need to change. And I was like, okay. If it helps me and it helps you get the information better, then okay, I'll change. So, and if you are an introvert and you feel, it's hard for you to be in front of camera, just try with yourself first, and then with your close friends until you get that confidence. And and some people will ask, I pause and I don't speak fluently, or I don't speak the pace isn't good in my videos. How can I improve it? Then try to write the script first. Do not film yourself without a script, because it's gonna reduce your confidence. Because when you see yourself speaking not too good, you want it to quit. But then if you have a script, it's gonna be better. And if you still feel so bad about it, I highly recommend using CapCut. There's this feature on CapCut that you can see the script on the screen, and so that you can read along with the screen and your eyes still on the screen. That's what I did when I was 2 years ago, and then I started feeling more confident in myself. So now I don't really need to use that feature. But if you just started, filming yourself, you can use that feature. It's called teleprompter or something.
Yeah.
Teleprompter.
Yeah.
It might help. And what else?
First, if you don't mind me adding, I was just going to say that I think filming yourself, the whole idea of filming yourself is very scary for everybody, including Alex and myself. It's not something you're born. Some people are, but I would say that 95% or whatever of the population of the world, the idea of getting in front of a camera and putting yourself out there is it's a very scary thing. And nobody's good at it, right? We have to start somewhere. And I think what you've done is, I had a mentor years ago that said to me, it's not strange to feel fear, right? But feel the fear and then do it anyway, right? Be nervous, but then do it anyway. Have self-doubt, but then do it anyway. Because it's in the doing that you slowly figure things out. It's in the doing that you can look back and say, okay, I paused too long here, or my eye contact wasn't right, or my face wasn't really lit up. I looked angry or upset, or I spoke too fast. It's only in the doing that you figure out the areas that you could improve upon. And I joke around with Alex all the time that before we started doing this podcast thing, it was the last thing on earth that I thought I would like doing, but it's actually become very enjoyable. I still begin every podcast telling myself, don't be nervous, don't be awkward. And then, once you get into it and you get into your flow, it's a lot easier. And I've been taking a lot of notes as you've been talking. And I like the fact that you said, I started with just a shitty camera. And, and over time, as I got better and I made some money, I began to upgrade my camera and my tools. And I just, turned to YouTube University, to learn how to do editing, to learn how to do this and that. Information is free. And then there's a ton of information out there. 20 years back, it'd be one thing to not be able to do what you're doing now, right? But there's so much in terms of resources online. All you have to do is take the initial step, do some research, and give yourself the opportunity to, as they say in the US, to put in the reps. So every day, a little bit of practice. You said you have a lot of times where you record a video and you keep it to yourself. It doesn't go public. But it's something where you can go back and look and say, I could do better here, I could do better there. But taking that initial step is where probably 90% of the people fail, because they don't take the initial step, because the fear is overwhelming. And I think the fear will always be there. It's just, you got to take that first step. And I look at you now, and you're right. My stream on my Facebook page, I see probably 4 videos of you every day. I don't know if you're filming yourself 4 times a day, but I see you all the time. And so for somebody who's looking at you for the first time, they probably think, man, she's probably been doing this, for a decade, or she was born this way. So that's a misconception. She's very confident. She's born a very, what's that term here? Not introvert, but an extrovert, right? Probably not the case. You're probably like, I'm an introvert that can become an extrovert when I need to be, but it's definitely not something I'm born with. And I think a lot of people what they can learn from you, though, is just get the ball rolling. And then you fix yourself along the way. You make course adjustments along the way. And when I was, in my notes I had here in the beginning, I'm sorry, I'm on a roll here, but that you started just to film yourself. And without a CV, you started to get people reaching out to you and said, hey, I like you. I like how you present yourself online. You'd be perfect for this role. And applying that to the people within the community, there's a couple of things that I can pull from that, which is to start creating things. And you said, well, what do I talk about? You talk about, first of all, things you've learned, and you feel the need to just share that with your community. Right?
Yep.
And then also you said that, I just put it out there. And here's what I've learned over time. You can't be everything to everybody. You just share yourself, your authentic self. And the things that you say will resonate with a certain audience. And that audience, they will find you as long as you put it out there into the universe. And I think, so that leads to one of my questions, which is, what content have you found to be content that resonates most with your followers?
Of course, English learning tips and how to build confidence. And I guess it comes from the education when we were young. So I don't know if you're familiar with Vietnamese education back then, but when we learn a language, we didn't really had the opportunity to speak. And when we speak wrongly, the teacher would point it out and say, you're wrong. You have you don't have the ability to speak a language. And so I am, we are adults, and it's not really affect us, right? But like for a young girl, for a young man, for a young boy, it's gonna stay here. It's gonna stay here forever. Even if they grow up, and then they just kind of, whenever they want to say something, they have a fear somebody is going to say you're wrong. So one of the content pillars that resonates with my audience the most is building confidence and English learning tips. So, and then I also expanded it as I grow as a person, is networking, how to build your confidence through speaking with a stranger. So I would, I will go around asking, business owners, hey, this is me. What's your name? I want to ask you why, and how could you build your business like this? And it builds my confidence, and it also showed my audience, my viewers, that, hey, I am just a normal girl. I can do this. I can go out there talking with a complete stranger, and they're still fine. They're still happy to help me, and they're still eager and willing to share their knowledge. You can do it too. I want to show my audience that nothing is impossible.
No, you're right. Nothing is impossible. Now, my question is mostly the demographic of your audience, are they mostly women, or is it a combination of men and women?
40. Well, it depends on the content pillar that I provide within a period. For example, this month or this period, I focus on networking with male business owners. Then I will attract a lot of male audience. But for some periods, I talk about skincare, how to take care of yourself, and how to speak English well, and and then I started attracting female audiences. So it totally depends on your content. No. How
do you create meaningful content and at the same time manage to post it consistently? I mean, I think it's a lot of people are gonna, when you said earlier, you should post often, frequent and often. Can somebody who doesn't have a lot of time, Can they get away with maybe posting a couple of times a week only, or does it have to be daily content being pushed out?
As long as your content is as long as you put some effort and you really want to help your audience, it doesn't matter if I post a lot of videos, right, but it doesn't really resonate, they don't resonate with my audience, then I don't get any views. But it just that one video and it resonates with a lot of people, then that one video can help me attract so many views and attract so many people. So I think the quality of the content matters more than how many posts or videos you post. And it just like as I mentioned earlier, that I get engaged, right? I am engaged into so many conversations, and I kind of figure out what people want. Oh, they're struggling with this. Okay, wait a damn second. I will write it down, and then I will go home, do some research, or maybe talk with professionals and ask how they think about this struggle and this problem. And then I will write it down, and then I use my video or use my my picture, and then I will share it on social media. So I think like I said, the quality is more important. So yeah.
Right. I mean, I think going back to something you said before, that it's really important to recognize for many of the people out there who might want to take this to the next level and build a large followership, including ourselves, how much discipline it takes to retain this amount of this degree of consistency, right? I mean, you told us a moment ago about in the beginning where people would comment and say, you speak in a strange manner, you're ugly, or whatever they say, right? And I know several content creators myself, and we have experienced this ourselves, that people will comment, and you're absolutely right. Something like, a place like TikTok is an extremely toxic place, right? I mean, people will tell you terrible things, and especially in the beginning where you are not used to 200,000 people looking at you and all of them telling you that you look ugly, right? That takes some really, really thick skin to be able to have that experience and then film another video, right? And I think it's probably, I mean, if you say, okay, the number one thing that keeps people from becoming successful social media content creators is probably starting to begin with. But after that, I think based on the people I've spoken to and the people I know myself, is exactly this experience that, how do you deal with people suddenly giving you feedback? Because you can either go in the one direction where you take a comment and you get so much anxiety from that that you just quit, right? And then also you have the other people who get they get some kind of feedback, and then they say, yeah, I'm not going to listen to anybody because I know best myself how to make my own content. So this is, I mean, it takes so much, I guess, social intelligence. It takes so much thick skin, right? And one of my friends who's a pretty sharp YouTube creator, he told me as a joke once that when you start monetizing your YouTube channel, the first thing you outsource is editing. The next thing is that you hire somebody to read your comments, right? Because it will drive you insane over time if you have to read all of that. But what do you think about that? I mean, are you reading all of the comments that people are writing, or have you also sort of stopped reading them? Have you stopped caring? Or I mean, how do you deal with, have you just developed so much resilience now that it doesn't affect you at all?
How do I develop such a thick face, right?
thick skin. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know that analogy, but it's like, that you become really resilient, or you just don't care, or do you understand what I mean?
Yep, I understand what you mean. At the beginning, to be honest, when I started posting my face on social media, I wanted fame. I wanted reputation. I wanted the recognition. But recently, I started to change. I want to contribute valuable information, and I truly want to help others. And the moment I changed my thinking, I changed my mindset and my heart, I rarely received nasty comments. Does it make sense? The moment I put my heart into my videos, because I really and I truly want to help others, the comments I received have, changed drastically, significantly, because they feel the energy. They feel like this girl is authentic. This girl wants to help us. And at first they didn't see it as they didn't think that I am pretty, but they they keep seeing my videos and I think, oh, this girl is actually so pretty in some way, because she shares knowledge, she shares cute things, and their perspective, their opinions about me have changed. So it's more like about, if you really and truly want to contribute to society and really want to help others will see it from your heart. And if you do it with greed, if you do build your personal branding because of greed, it could be the fame, it could be the money, it could be something that is not, it's something evil, then you get a lot of nasty comments. But I'm not saying this, that I don't receive nasty comments anymore. Sometimes some crazy random people still commented. I still read it, but it doesn't define my my personality, myself at all, because I know exactly what I am doing is good deed, it's good things. And this person is crazy. I don't vlog. I'll let my audience, my fans, help me.
Destroy him.
Destroy him.
I think in social media, as a lot of people, well, more people are going online, and there's a lot of so many people trying to get attention. I think the value, I think one thing that never gets boring, one thing that will always have a place, an audience that is authentic people, personalities, and also somebody that is coming with a intention to offer value, or true value, and do it in as authentic way as possible. I think people are getting smarter. People realize, and it comes across through a video, if you are honestly trying to, or at least people want to feel that what you are providing in your videos is something that you feel strongly about, and that you feel that they should hear. I think value is at the end of the day always going to be highly sought. So what's the term here? Sought after. And I think
sought after.
Right, sought after. But I think that's a great way to put it. I'd agree with that. By the way, I think for what we're trying to do here at VietAssist, it's very aligned with what you're doing, which is we just want to offer stuff that we feel people can benefit from, and some people are going to relate to it, be attracted to it, and some won't, but it's okay. I think over time, what you realize is you're just trying to build your audience. You're trying to build your 1,000 true raving fans, and everybody else, maybe it's your channel is not for them. It's quite okay. Yeah, I think over time you begin to accept that we're not going to make everybody happy. We're just going to find a few that want the information we are willing to provide, and they feel that it adds value to their life, and that's fine. They connect, and then you continue to grow that relationship with that particular audience. And I think that's a healthy way to look at it. And what somebody told me one time, you don't have to try to find 1,000, just try to find 5, 10 raving fans, and then grow from there.
To me, I don't really care about the followers. What I care more is how many people I have helped and gain value from my insights, from my videos. So I think short videos is really good for attention, and long form videos are good for loyal audiences. So but not say that followers also help to for example, if some organizations ask me to be the speaker, right? They always ask, how many followers do you have? And I was like, why do you care? I don't really care about the followers, but anyway, just put it in the presentation. I don't want to go to a stage or go to a conferences or a workshop and right away talk about my followers. No, I always start with this is my journey. I grew up poor like this, but now I can, be able to help others. So that's what I want to share with others. It's not about the followers, not the fame. It's not about the money. Yeah, that's how I am, living. Yeah. So
how what new opportunities? I mean, you said initially people were reaching out to you. They found your videos interesting, and they were reaching out to you personally for work. Was it the opportunity that came your way initially? Were they related to marketing? I'm just curious as to the different inbound people. Were they looking for you to come and work on sales opportunities? Very curious.
So many opportunities. Wait. Let me recall the information. Oh, they asked me to do affiliate marketing. Promoting a specific, certain products. And I remember I helped them promote something books, and they just they kept sending me books, even though I am not really I'm not into physical books, and they sent it to me, and I had to read everything so that I can do videos. But I started to get bored, so now I stopped receiving books from those brands. That's the first deals, right? And then another opportunity is what's that called? Brand deals. Brand deals. They asked me to go to their place, experiencing the service or the product, and then I will make videos, review about that place, and then number 3 is because they think that I'm good at English. So they asked they invited to me to be a translator for conferences. And then number 4, MC, being a host for education conferences as well. So for ways of making money. And then since people know that I have a lot of people following me, so they just kind of asked me to post or post videos to help them connect students or connect young individuals to their businesses. So that's number 5, how I monetize on my personal brand. And of course, it depends on what you post on social media. So if you work in IT, the way you speak, the way you talk will attract a specific audience. And now I think when HR is looking for someone for a specific position, they don't go to they don't read resume like much. They would go to their social media, their videos, their posts, to see how this person's personality is, and how they present themselves, and they can decide immediately that this person is a suitable candidate for the position. So I think it's really saves time for HR as well. And one more thing I want to share, when people say they don't want to be present more on social media, they don't want to film and take pictures of themselves. I have another solution. Is you can put your avatar, your profile, and then all of the posts and videos, it's more like it's all about words and random pictures about related to the to the field. It doesn't have to be your face. To be honest, because there's some people who prefer reading. So you can post a lot of words. Doesn't matter. So define your way of communicating. To me, I communicate through words and visual, and I just create a lifestyle. But for some people, they just post a lot of words and articles, but they still got a lot of job opportunities coming approaching them. So define what works for you, and then just define what works for you.
Can you explain to the listeners what are some misconceptions you had originally about getting this whole thing started, and what are the truths you found out since that time?
At first, people would say, my mom, right? My mom would think that why, some people would think that why do you post like a lot on social media? I don't care what you post, and then they unfriended me on social media. And it's good because I can, I could filter the people that don't really want me. And then I started to attract the people that are more suitable for my life. So that's the first misconception, is that posting a lot would lead to like losing friends, and I think it's good. I think it's good. Number two, misconception when I started, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, and your video is too bad, and you're not gonna make it. And no, oh, wait. Number two would be, Joe, you should invest it on, on how you look and your house, because people want to see how rich you are so that they can trust you. That's the misconception. I would say no. The more authentic you are, the more authentic people you attract. When you fake about yourself, something that is not true about you, it's not you, and then you will lose people who come to you because of you, and they will figure it out eventually. So just be yourself. You don't have to like rent a really cool apartment, or rent a cool car to kind of impress with people, to attract audience. Yes, you will get attention at the beginning, but to keep them, no, you can't. And it's not you, and you feel burnout at the end for sure. It doesn't give you a sense of fulfillment. That's the number 2 or 3. I forget. And then and introverts cannot be good be a good influencer and YouTuber or content creator. No, not really. I have a lot of introverted friends who are really famous on YouTube. I don't want to say the name here, but they're all introverts. They love learning, and they stay at home like a lot. So they would use social media to share their knowledge. So a lot of my friends are introverted, and they're really successful in their personal branding journey. And that's number 3. And number 4, can't think of anything now.
Where can most people find you? Are you mostly active on TikTok, or a combination of different platforms?
I would say most of my close friends and mutual friends find me on Facebook and Instagram. But for like younger individuals and people from across the country, live in different cities, they would find me on TikTok. Okay.
We're gonna put the links for your different channels and pages in the description for this episode, and we'll definitely suggest that people check out your content, right? I mean, like, we're seeing it all the time, like Anlam just said, we're seeing your videos four times a day, so we can only recommend that people seek you out. And I will say, unless you have more questions, I would like to say thank you for spending a little over an hour of your day talking with us. It's been really, really valuable, especially also for us who are content creators ourselves, right? And less experienced than you are. I've had to take some notes also just to make sure that we get. Did the camera just freeze there? No, I didn't. To make sure that we can transfer a bit of that knowledge to our own journey as well. So yeah, thank you. Very, very grateful for you spending the time to have this conversation.
And thank you for having me in this thoughtful and close conversations and intimate conversations like this. It's more like, I hope you guys can learn anything from me, and it means to me a lot when Alex said that he also learned from me. And everyone, if you ever watched my videos and would like to connect with me, my name is Joe, and my channel is Joe Loves English. My life is all about business, learning, sharing, connecting, and a lot of love. So if you would like to connect, please send me a message through Facebook or Instagram, Joe Loves English, or whatever I I would love to connect with everyone from from every country. I just love having a chat. And thank you, Annam, and thank you, Alex, for believing me. A less experienced and young individual, a young girl like me, being able to share on this podcast is, it really means a lot to me. So thank you for believing me.
No, that's not no problem at all. I mean, I'll tell you what I like about you. I like the fact that you put yourself out there, risking criticism, risking some haters, risking some people maybe not understanding what you're doing, but you do it because obviously you're passionate about what you're doing. And I see that you are very clear with what you're doing, that you want to inspire other young women and men to just put themselves out there. There's a lot of courage, people don't understand. Well, maybe some do, but I think to put yourself in front of the camera and to speak your heart out and to share what's important to you, and in hopes that some people will also appreciate it, learn from it, become better from it. It's a hard thing to do, no matter how long you do it, right? And I think Alex is right. Once you get to a certain level, you just need to hire somebody to read all your comments. So you just focus on putting more good stuff out there and keeping that mind clear and, kryptonite proof, right? Kryptonite being the I don't know if you're a fan of Superman, but he's only one weakness, which is this green rock called kryptonite. But, you got to remove all the negativity and just focus on becoming a better you. And the better you, the person who benefits mostly from that is going to be your audience. And so I commend you. I encourage you to keep going. I do see your videos and I watch them, by the way. I don't quickly just flip through them. And I appreciate what you do. And I hope that a lot of people who, if they don't have a goal to be a content creator like yourself, at least they can pull a couple of things from this podcast, which is there's a lot of power to be gained from building a social media presence, a personal brand. Opportunities come your way. Opportunities to network come your way. You grow a bigger network, and through the process of having a bigger network, it's almost hard to stop new opportunities to come just by knowing people. And you can't know people unless you begin to slowly, develop some authority in whatever area that you want to focus in. Right? You've identified the area you want to focus in, and through the constant repetition of videos that are being pushed out, people over time begin to recognize you as an expert in that area, or at least they build that trust, right, that you mentioned, and the belief that, okay, this person could help me in this particular area that I need help in. And so again, thank you for coming on. We probably have entertained this idea for 3 or 4 months. So it's nice to actually have you on today. And I appreciate you giving us some of your time today.
Cảm ơn hai anh rất là nhiều. Thank you, you too.
Come on, ma'am.
Thank you so much. All
Alex,
right, guys.
speak a Vietnamese. Cảm ơn
A little bit.
Come on, you. Yeah, I mean, I speak very, very, very little Vietnamese. So I wouldn't. I speak so little that I wouldn't say any. Like most common words, I might be able to pick them up, but yeah, it's level 0. It's level 0.
Make a heart. Love you, and thank you.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you very
so
much. And have a great day or evening over there, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Take care. All right.